Good, y'all. Last night on NXT, Trick Williams pretty much came out to confront The Undertaker, man. I think this was extremely dope. And I want to say shout out to Shawn Michaels, man. I keep telling y'all, bro, NXT right now is better than SmackDown and Raw. Not because of, the talent. It's because of the booking and how the stars are pushed, how the storylines are. Shawn Michaels is a great storyteller. He's a great booker. He knows how to elevate stars to the next level. Everything that Triple H doesn't know how to do. Think about this, guys. Think of all of the stars on Raw and SmackDown that don't get pushed or booked the right way. Some stars don't even wrestle at all. Right? Like, you just had Karrion Kross this past Monday win his first match in almost 2 years, which is sad, bro. So shout out to Shawn Michaels. So Trick Williams pretty much comes out and says that the man carrying the two brands has arrived, right? He's talking about him carrying NXT and TNA at the same time. Trick Williams says that he's the best TNA champion of all time. He said that some LFG guys was in his way, so he told them to get out of his way when the champ is in the room. You know what I'm saying? So then he says that they snitched on him to their coach, The Undertaker. Trick says The Undertaker has never held down two brands at the same time, which is true. We got to give respect when it's due. Shout out to Trick Williams on that. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. You feel me? So he says LFG has gotten The Undertaker soft because The Undertaker is on Twitter pretty much calling out Trick Williams and then his feelings about what he said about his LFG members. You know what I'm saying? Then he tells the dead man to bring your ass out here. So The Undertaker comes out to his American Badass theme song. We haven't seen that in a while, but I was wondering, why didn't The Undertaker come out on his motorcycle like he did back in the day, man? I also noticed that The Undertaker has gained some weight. He's got a big beer belly, which is expected because The Undertaker is retired now. But he just didn't look like The Undertaker last night, y'all. For those that's watching, do y'all agree with me? Like, The Undertaker looked more like Steven Seagal than The Undertaker last night. I wanted him to come out to his original theme song, boom, where the lights get black. I wanted to see that Undertaker, but maybe now that he's retired, he's put that character to rest, right? So half the fans was yelling, Undertaker. The other half of the fans was yelling, whoop that Trick. So it just goes to show how popular Trick Williams is. Guys, think about this. How many wrestlers do y'all know on NXT can have The Undertaker come out and confront them, and half of the fans is chanting for them instead of The Undertaker? This goes to show that Trick Williams is on the brink of becoming a superstar, man. So The Undertaker tells Trick that he got that title, he got the nice title on, he got some bling around his neck, and then he asks Trick, is his jacket genuine cowhide? You know what I'm saying? So Trick says it's real cowhide, and he says it's real cowhide, dog. So Taker tells Trick he has everything but respect. Taker tells Trick that he likes him better when he had the NXT title instead of the TNA title. Taker says that you can have all the talent, but with his attitude, he's going to lose that TNA title, and his attitude is going to be his downfall. Taker says that Trick's attitude is what he tries to teach his LFG team, and then Trick interrupts and says, I don't give a damn about your LFG team. He says that nobody on this LFG team is a superstar like Trick Williams. Taker tells Trick he's a little light in the ass to step to an OG, and then he says if he wants to dance with the devil, he can flip that switch and make him famous. So after that, Trick Williams tries to punch The Undertaker, and The Undertaker brutally chokeslams him. And listen, man, this one segment on NXT last night was better than any segment that was on Raw last night. Let's be honest, y'all. The only reason why people cared about that Roman Reigns segment last night is because Roman Reigns is the most popular wrestler in the WWE right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was a 4-year, he had the championship for 4 years straight. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, bro, when you watch Raw, when you watch SmackDown, all of the storylines are recycled. We get the same matches week after week. We know every time that we get a big match, there's a huge possibility that it's going to be interrupted and the match is going to end in a disqualification. And Triple H just doesn't know what he's doing, bro. And with that being said, man, The Undertaker, he showed up to put Trick Williams over. I'm expecting Trick Williams to go to the main roster whenever the WWE draft happens this year. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, man, and now I want to get serious, right? I'm scared for Trick Williams to go to Raw or SmackDown, right? Trick Williams has pretty much hinted that he's going to be going to SmackDown. But think about this, guys. You look at a guy like Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes was the champion in NXT. He was one of the top guys. And since he's moved up to the main roster, he has been a complete joke. He's a jobber. He loses a majority of his matches. And at this point, the fans don't take him serious because he keeps saying Melo don't miss, but he misses every match because Triple H books him to lose, right? Like, think about this. All he's accomplished since he's moved up to the main roster last year was winning the Andre the Giant tournament, which means absolutely nothing. When you win the Andre the Giant tournament, you don't get a title shot, nothing. Carmelo Hayes hasn't won any championships yet, bro. He hasn't won the Intercontinental Championship. He hasn't won the United States Championship. He hasn't even won the Tag Team Championship. And since he lost, he didn't even get a chance to compete in the Money in the Bank. He lost the Money in the Bank qualifier match. And then after that, he didn't have a match for like 2 weeks straight. He just had a match for the first time against Damian Priest, and the match was interrupted by Aleister Black. So what I'm saying to y'all is, man, is I don't trust Triple H to do what he's supposed to do with Trick Williams, bro. I just don't. I don't. And this is why we need somebody like The Undertaker, because The Undertaker he said that he's interested in possibly working as a storyteller and a booker for the WWE, and I think that'll be great, man. I personally feel like Shawn Michaels should take Triple H's job. Have Shawn Michaels run NXT, just get Triple H out of here, just get rid of him, and have somebody like The Undertaker come in and fill that position. The Undertaker, bruh, just the fact that The Undertaker showed up to cut a promo with Trick Williams, it shows that The Undertaker, he likes Trick Williams, bro. He sees potential in Trick Williams to become a star. That was the whole point of this confrontation last night. It was to put Trick Williams over. It was to continue to grow Trick Williams' fan base. Everybody that's a fan of The Undertaker, now you know who Trick Williams is. So when he finally moves up to the main roster, you're going to be like, hey, that's the guy that called out The Undertaker, that got chokeslammed by The Undertaker. Even though he got chokeslammed, he stood on business. He didn't back down. He told The Undertaker how he felt to his face. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's missing from wrestling right now on Raw and SmackDown. You understand what I'm saying? You got a chick like Rhea Ripley who keeps getting title shot after title shot after title shot for nothing. For nothing. She's already lost to EU Sky, 2 or 3 times straight, and she keeps getting title shots every fucking month over other people that deserve it. It doesn't make any sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany Stratton, she just defended her title against Trish Stratus. What the fuck did Trish Stratus do to deserve a title shot at Evolution? Trish Stratus barely wrestles and she's 50-something years old. You could have gave that title shot to somebody else that actually deserves it, that wrestles week after week. But nah, Triple H, you give the title shot to Trish Stratus. You know what I'm saying? You look at Jey Uso. You had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. He made Gunther tap. Then you have this man lose his title on a regular episode of Raw just to have Gunther defend his title against a senior citizen crippled Goldberg, bro. You see what I'm talking about? These things don't make any fucking sense, bro. They don't make any sense. But on the flip side, just to show you guys, see, Triple H, he's biased, bro. He doesn't see talent in people if he just doesn't like you, right? He doesn't care about what the fans like. He doesn't care about who gets the biggest pop. Triple H cares about who he likes personally, bro. Now, y'all heard what I just said about Carmelo Hayes, right? Now, on the flip side, look at how good Braun Breaker has been booked. He moved up to the main roster the same time as Carmelo Hayes. Once he moved up, he immediately won the Intercontinental Championship. He lost it to Jey Uso, won it right back a month later. So he's already a 2-time Intercontinental Champion, right? And then once he loses his Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, right? Now he's a part of a group with Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed, right? You got Seth Rollins, who is a top guy, who has won major world titles, pretty much assisting Braun Breaker on learning to become a major world title holder. So Braun Breaker is pretty much being positioned to be a major title holder in the very near future, right? Look at SummerSlam. This guy's going to be fighting Roman Reigns in SummerSlam. You understand what I'm saying? He's only been on the main roster for a little over a year, and he's going to be in a SummerSlam match with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, bro. You understand what I'm saying? This goes to show, bro, how biased and how Triple H is, bro. He doesn't see talent for what it is, bro. He just doesn't. So that's my thoughts on this, man. Shout out to The Undertaker. Shout out to Shawn Michaels, man. I encourage all of you, man. If you guys don't watch NXT, bro, just watch one full episode of NXT, and you will see why NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown. And TKO, and they know this, because what they're doing is they're starting to take all of the talent from NXT and put them on the main rosters, like Stephanie Valkyrie. Like, she was only on NXT for like a year. You understand what I'm saying? She got moved up super quick. She was the champion. She lost her title in less than a year because they wanted her to move up to Raw. You understand what I'm saying? Jordan Grace is going to be moving up to the main roster. Ricky Saints is going to be moving up to the main roster. Julia moved up to the main roster, immediately won a title. So TKO, the people that own the WWE, they know that NXT is they don't get more views than Raw and SmackDown, but they know that the storytelling and the fan engagement is much higher than it is on Raw and SmackDown. So they know what's up, man. But with that being said, man, it's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what y'all think about this video. I'm out.